Hey everyone, my name is Echo Hamlin. I'm the guidance counselor or high school transitions counselor from Kahnawake Survival School. And I'm here with our friends Emily and Chuck and Jayme from New Frontier School Board. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure.
Go, Emily.
I'll go. So, hi, everybody. My name is Emily Rice. I am the Youth Engagement and Workforce Development Counselor at Tewatohnhi'saktha. So, I can help you guys get registered or get the process moving if you're interested in taking a vocational program.
So, I'm Jayme. I work with the New Frontier School Board, and I am here to talk about our vocational and academic programs. And I'm here with Chuck. Oh, this way.
Yeah, I work with Jayme. So just to say, New Frontiers, that's the Nova Career Center, CVCEC, which is in Ormstown, and HAECC is the third vocational or trade center that we have, and that's in Huntington. So we're here to talk about anything to do with trades, hands-on, adult education. We're here to try and answer all your questions.
Perfect. So I guess to begin our discussion, can you just tell us what a vocation is, if there's someone who might not know? Can you just explain that?
I guess I'll go first, Jayme. I saw you sit back. The way I would equate it to, it might be the best job you've ever had. You might not work a day in your life. A vocation is kind of like a trade. So it's easy when I say carpentry or hairdressing or welding or auto mechanics, usually the things that you do with your hands, but I mean, it's like anything else. There's all kinds of skills that you need to do at trade school. That means you're not going to CJEP per se, you're going to a vocational center, which would be like Nova or the other two centers that I mentioned. And there's all kinds of them. There's some at our schools and other ones in Quebec. And the one thing I can say is trades can be the number one choice for you. Everything could be the right thing. You know what you want to do when you get older. And it doesn't mean you would have to do this or that or the other forever, but it might be something you should at least look into because it's paying for a lot of the trades. You can get done in sometimes very short amount of time, and it might be something you love the rest of your life.
Yeah, so at New Frontiers, we just our school board together, we have about 16 different programs. So I won't list them all necessarily. Chuck spoke to a couple of them, but they are on our website. So if you go to www.nfsb.me, they're all listed there. You can click all the trade programs. It starts with accounting, and it kind of ends with welding and fitting, and then everywhere in between, right, of all our different programs. And they range in timelines. So some courses are 3 months, and other courses can be up to about 13 months, 18 months, depending on which program it is and how technical the skills are. So some, depending, I know starting our business, that's our 3 months where you're really building your business plan. And then something like carpentry, there's a lot of modules, there's a lot of learning and to how to apply that trade in that process.
Nice. So Emily, before we go into the programs and more into vocations, can I just ask you, like, so where would their source of funding come from? So if someone, like, would you get it from the Kahnawake Education Center?
Right. Right. So if you are interested in taking a vocational program at one of the centers like Nova or Ormstown or really anywhere else, you could come to Tewatohnhisaktha and you would meet with myself or one of our other fabulous counselors. You would fill out a registration form and you would be contacted by a counselor. They would set up a meeting with you. We would do a bit of our we would do our vocational process. So it's a few steps that you need to do, but it's really great in case really it just reassures you that this is the career for you. This is the program that you want to take. We do a lot of career exploration with you guys. And then, of course, after you do the short process, you're eligible for funding. So we pay for costs of tuition. There is some funds available for equipment, materials, supplies, as well as monthly allowances.
Nice. So I was wondering, where should I start? I'm not sure.
I can maybe give you something, Echo. How about this? Because we just talked about money. And sometimes that's a really big factor, right? Like a lot of time for students, it's a really big factor of whether you can take a program. So if I can give everyone an idea, say for a program with us, say you wanted to do accounting, it's only $248 for the whole year. Sometimes when you equate it to CEGEP, which may be a couple $1,000s, and rightfully so, if you can't get the funding, you may get to something that you're doing welding, where it may cost you around $358 for the year. So if Tewa can't help you with the financing, if that doesn't fit, we also have bursaries sometimes that are available to all the students. And if not, for $358 for a year and a half, you walk out with almost a guaranteed job. Sometimes money may not be the factor why you wouldn't take a trade. You got to take it because you want to do it and it's something that's beneficial. But usually the cost to take a trade is much less than any other type of post-secondary type of schooling for all the students.
And it's an investment. Like, yes, there's a cost, of course. With any post-secondary program you're going to take, there's a cost, but it's an investment into your future, right? So yes, you're giving money in, but you are getting out so many skills. You're learning so much that in those programs and those things, you'll never lose those skills. Those are skills for life that you're going to take. And example, the carpentry program, right? You can use those. There's DIYs are the in now, right? So it might be your projects at home that you're going to be using on later in life if you want to, as well, that you'll get out of these programs too.
Great. And if you're coming out of high school, you're still so young. So if you want to, you take the year-and-a-half program at Nova to become an auto mechanic, and then you go straight in. So you're 18 years old and you're working and you work for 10 years. Now you're 20. And maybe you want to do something different, but you have something that's solid. It's hands-on. It's a career. And if you want to do something different later on in life, like, you always have that opportunity to do so. And then they say you switch and now you're a lawyer who knows how to change their tires.
Yeah. And you know what? Along those lines, I was wondering, I have a few students who've approached me and are just unsure of the path that they want to take. What would you suggest to those students? Should they wait? Should they pursue? What's your opinion?
I have a couple ideas, but it doesn't mean it's the right thing. One, ask questions. First of all, it's normal to feel that way. It really is. I'm the oldest one out of the four of you, and I felt that way a long time ago. I'm sure we all feel that sometimes. So first, ask questions. What I mean by that, if you go to Tewa or you're talking to Echo, or you want to call one of our centers, we have counselors who could first just talk, just see maybe what you think you might want to do. You don't have to commit to anything because you call or you write an email or you want to do like call a student for the day. We do have ways where you may be able to kind of see what the building looks like, see what it is. I know during this time it's a bit hard sometimes to come into the facility, but we have some solutions for that. And please don't be shy. So the first thing is just reach out. It doesn't hurt. And then the second thing is, like you said, you're never going to have to be that forever. That's a big commitment. I understand that. But sometimes there's short amount of times. And like Jayme said, the skills that you learn, that I can almost promise you, they'll never leave you. And we were just talking before we started. Emily talked about, she has someone that she knows who's an electrician. Just the fact that he knows how to do that will save them thousands of dollars for the rest of their life, whether he stays an electrician or not. So this is skills that you can keep for yourself, for your family, and it may become your job, or it may just be something that you have in your tool belt that helps you do other things later on. It's just going to give you that many more choices and options as you go. So don't be shy. Just ask, and we will find someone who can answer that type of question for you.
Right. And then everybody else, all the counselors at Tewatohnhi'saktha can definitely help you as well make these decisions. Before Chuck had mentioned that there are some virtual tours that you can take of the schools. Usually when you work with our process pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, we would actually recommend that our clients go and see the schools and experience it like student for the day. But there's a lot of New Frontier School Board has such great videos that you guys can pull up and use and watch and really get really informed. And then again, talk to our process. We have a lot, we do different things to make sure that that's the right career for you. And we have a lot of different spotlight stories. So past graduates, so people who went through the program and graduated and now are working in their field. So there's a lot of things that, so ask your questions and make sure and get informed before you make a final decision.
And to follow up with that, I was wondering, what if there's a student who who thought that they made the right decision with a program, but then halfway through they realize like they're not enjoying what they're doing, they're not enjoying the classes, and they choose to change their mind. Is that possible? Or, is it just not possible to be able to switch out and change your mind?
It really depends on, like, of course, it's each student's choice, right? If they want to change their program. We also, at New Frontiers, we do have counselors. That would be the first step with those students, to meet with the counselors, kind of review those decisions. What you have taken in the course, it won't be lost. Like we said before, those are skills you've learned. We go by modules. So probably that student, if you've done 3 modules, so you'd learn that much. You wouldn't get your full certification. So of course we would want you to finish the full certification. It's not really easy to jump from one program to another, just in the sense because of length. They're giving completely different content of what they're doing, and they start at different times, right? So if I leave welding today and I decide I want to do auto mechanics, I won't be able to join tomorrow. I'd have to sign up, go on that list, kind of start that process again. But we do have counselors that are there to help the students realize and reflect on those decisions, and not just kind of abandon and stop going to school. Chuck, you had something to add?
Yeah, and if I could just piggyback on that. So what happens is that not everyone's aware of, we'll have courses that'll start in August and September, and then we'll have other ones that may start in November, and we may have some that start in February. So to your point, Echo, someone may start something for 3 months and go, oh my goodness, this is not for me, and that happens. But it doesn't mean maybe there's something else. You'd be like, oh, I'd like to do that. So it's not that you have to necessarily wait a year. We don't start every program multiple times during the year, but like carpentry and welding and auto mechanics, we usually have at least 2 or 3 groups that are going. So you can do it, and you're starting something else. The one thing I say, it would not be a waste of time. I think it's, even when you find out something is not for you, then okay, that goes in another box, and you keep looking for that thing that's the right fit. So it's not like you're stuck for years and years and you feel like you've wasted time. So there's a little bit of flexibility.
I think it all comes back to the students, right? Asking questions, looking into the people around you, right? Talking to other people of what schooling they've taken, their experience they have gone. There's a lot of people that, let's say, are working in the trade industry that didn't study that have suggestions that, yeah, I would have taken that course if I could have, right? Like things like that. That's my biggest suggestion, is make sure you ask questions and explore all options. There is so much out there that you don't even know all the courses that are available right in practically your neighborhood, right? And right within 45 kilometers, those are our 3 centers of Kahnawake. So that's kind of I would say, yeah, ask those questions, make sure you explore what's available.
And if ever you're not sure you can get to someone, I just want to make sure I don't forget saying we have a shuttle bus that's free for all our students, and it has a stop in Kahnawake at the arena. So, we're trying to find all the reasons why we can help you get to a center, get to a class, and do something you like. So you can get on the bus in the morning, it can bring you to Ormstown to do carpentry, or it can bring you to Huntington to do horticulture or landscaping, and then it'll bring you back in the afternoon. It costs you nothing. So we have a lot of built-in kind of winning solutions to help you reach the goals that you're looking for.
I was also wondering, can you just name, maybe offhand, like what are your most popular programs that you have?
I was looking at James to see if she wanted to, but go ahead. Yeah.
No, you can go, Chuck. It's all good.
Okay. I know I get right at the top. I know carpentry is we're the center of excellence in the province for the English sector. So what that means is actually our auto, our welding, and carpentry are kind of like the place sometimes that they train other teachers who teach that also. So we have a lot of skill set, and they're very, very well known in the community as one of our most popular ones. I can say things like horticulture are growing in popularity, and a lot of the healthcare programs. We have health assistance and nursing, which is a nurse's aide, and also institutional and home care assistance. Those are also in high demand right now. But they're all popular to a certain extent. Accounting, secretarial. We have 2 programs that are very unique to the area: drafting and interior decorating. Those are like very specific type of programs, and they're 1.5 years. But if that's something you love, it's the type of place to do it. And popular is based on what you want to do. You may be taking something because you think everyone else is, and that's the one to do. But at the end of the day, you're the one that looks in the mirror and says, this is what I like waking up every morning doing. So I'd be looking out to trying to pick something that best suits you. And like you said, if it's not the right match, there's all kinds of other opportunities. And I just want to say too, if it's not with us, we will make sure to tell you about masonry or different types of programs that are like at Riverside School Board or something on the island at Lester B. Pearson. We want to make sure you know of all the options that are available to you, that you can find the one that fits best for you.
And maybe our last question. I was wondering, so out of when students finish these programs, are they looking to continue to go to school, or can they come out and have careers right away?
Well, if I can add just right away, I know that when you're in welding, I hear all the time, people are reaching our students before they're finished the program, come and work with us when, I'm not going to say that that's the right choice, and some of them do that, but that means that job is such a high demand in carpentry. The guys and girls who are in it, and girls, I want to make sure too,
nice.
To the ladies out there.
Oh yeah.
We have more and more ladies in our trades. And when we talk about myths that are out there, the trades are not just for men, period. That is a myth. Anything that anybody wants to do, it is your right, and you would be fantastic at it. So those are the type of ones that have a huge demand. And, there's all kinds of things that are out there, and the jobs are there. We have a shortage of people working right now. They're skilled laborers. I don't know. I know the Super Bowl was on just this weekend, and after that, they had a show about trades. And the fact that it was prime spot, and they're looking for people to take trades because they can't fill the jobs. You learn to earn, skills that pay the bills. All those little catchphrases, I hear them all the time. That's the reality. And like I said, CGEP, trades, university, if we could have put them all on the same playing field as all excellent choices, and some are best for different people. It's just to find one. And you take one of these trades, the chances of getting a job are pretty good, I would say, as long as you do your work.
Yeah. So do you think
we're pretty good? We're pretty good on time, right? So we've
I think it's a good way to end it. Yeah.
all looking at each other like,
I don't know, like, is it over?
So we can even just say a little goodbye, wave goodbye, and then I can press the end of the broadcast. So
thanks everyone for joining us.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.